everybody. Welcome back to Naija Knows. We are here with the beautiful Nikki and Felicia. We here to laugh hard, love hard, because shit's funny out there. I'm Tori. Uh, so much to go through and talk about. Today we are talking about black hair and the black hair experience. We've all been there.
Yes.
Yes, and welcome. We all and each of us do our own thing. So if you're just tuning in, I am the travel baby. I am living the nomad life, and I am here with some travel tips. So, for example, if you ever want to go travel and you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money, it's always smart to grocery shop. When you're on the road, you are allowed to
Mm.
grocery shop. That'll help save you the calories. That'll help save you some money because every night you shouldn't be eating out anyway. But yeah, I think that it's a really good way to kind of set yourself up for the week, depending on what you're doing. If you're on vacation, that's one thing. But if you're living like the nomad life, you got to set some sort of like routine and normality. So whenever you get to your Airbnb or wherever you're going to stay long term while you're traveling, first things first, go grocery shopping. Your body will thank you for that little bit of normalcy later on.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think people think of that a lot. It's like you automatically want to eat, go out to eat, I should say.
Yeah.
So my name is Nika. Again, I'm the nerd, and I have your random facts. So I gotta do this little segue before I tell you the random fact. So I was having night sweats. Anybody that's a woman that's 35 or older, you understand what I'm talking about. So I was up at 2 and 3 in the morning, scrolling through TikTok. I come across a video where this guy is like videoing a iguana. He's in South Florida in Miami, and the iguanas are a problem because people have had them as pets and then just let them go. So he's filming an iguana and he's like, oh my gosh, look at this thing. And it was big, right? And it had just pooped in front of his like sliding glass door. So he's like, look at this thing. And it turns around and just straight jets towards him, towards the sliding glass door. But of course the door is there. So it like, boom, it bounces against the wall. He was like, and of course he's like, oh shit, oh shit. So of course I'm like, how fast can iguanas run? So your random fact today is about iguanas. And depending obviously on the size of the iguana, but they have been clocked at approximately 21 miles per hour.
Okay, yeah, that's too fast for my blood.
21 hours. I'm like, when I saw that, I was like, you know what? It's a good thing that door was there because ain't no way he would have outran that thing. And it was running straight at him like it wanted to attack him. So yeah, just in case you're ever confronted by an iguana, maybe run zigzag like they tell you for the alligators. I don't know, but just know that it's going to catch you.
I always wonder if that's actually true. If you can like out zigzag an alligator, like I'm not even going to try. If I see an alligator, I'm going the other way. Like there's just not even an opportunity.
So yeah, that's your random fact from your resident nerd, Nika.
All right, Felicia, hit us with that health knowledge.
Yes. So I get a lot from a lot of input from people when they're like, okay, well, what do I need to do to lose weight? And their first thing that they go to is no carbs. And I'm like, wait, no, you need them. They're necessary. Yes, portion control, but people, please don't just completely cut out carbs. Your brain will thank you. Your body will thank you. Just everything in moderation. If you do want to substitute, eat a sweet potato. There you go. Don't cut out carbs. Stop doing the foolishness. It drives me absolutely nuts.
I always think about like when I think of keto and people like not eating carbs, I always feel so bad. I'm like, oh, carbs. Like I know it works. I'm not gonna sit here and have people come for my neck talking about something don't tell me it works. I'm sure it works, but yes, it's gonna work if you completely cut out carbs. Like I get that, but is that sustainable?
Exactly. How long?
Yeah.
Your brain needs it. Like when my mom
need the sugar.
When she had her brain aneurysm and she was in a coma and she was on a feeding tube and we finally got her into a facility. I'm like, okay, when are we getting her off the feed tube? Because this stuff doesn't have enough nutrients in it to my liking that's going to start healing her brain. She needs carbs. She needs the fat. She needs meat. Let's get it done. Mm-hmm. Carbs are really good for the brain. And we need more of that because...
Yes, we need more brain power in our society right now.
Well, yeah, that part.
we need y'all to eat carbs.
Eat your
Stop.
carbs, people. Eat your carbs.
Eat your carbs. Eat
Please.
'em.
Your coworkers will
Complex
thank you.
carbs. Right.
Like there's only so much carbs you can get from some broccoli. Get a potato, get some quinoa.
That-
Yes. Something, please. Please.
and for those who don't know, quinoa.
Girl, I was saying quinoa for the longest. I was like, what's quinoa? Like, like,
Quinoa.
oh, quinoa. That makes sense. Got it. I thought it was quinoa. I mean, I'm glad I didn't say to anybody, I was just in my brain when I was, changing my diet. Like, yeah, I should get some quinoa. And then I heard somebody say like quinoa, like, oh, then the light bulb.
Girl, hooked on phonics. It worked for me.
Worked for me.
Why do I remember that? Call 1-800-ABCDEFG.
That was a very popular commercial back in
It
the day.
was. My mom bought me the set. So yes, I sound out my words. Sorry, y'all.
So we have a witness that hooked on phonics works.
It works.
And it sounds like I needed it during that time. Because I was like, quinoa. You couldn't tell me that wasn't right. Wrong. This is coming from the nerd.
Yes. So today, ladies, we have the Black hair experience. So we are Black. We have hair. Some of our hair is out. Some of our hair is not, for all kinds of various reasons. I get a lot of feedback from non-people of color that they're so fascinated by our hair. Mm-hmm. And what we can do about it, what we can do with it, what it's basically the question is, what can you not do? Mm-hmm. And I you get naysayers, you get people, obviously there's all the 3Bs, 2Cs, 1Zs, mm-hmm. I always say that my hair is 4Z, even though I think you can only go like 4C. But it's amazing the amount. It's everything. But like, to get comfortable with your hair nowadays with the big push of being yourself, I think is it's really cool to see, knowing from where we came from as little girls,
right,
with perms. I don't know, for those listening who don't know what a perm is, it's basically chemical acid that goes into your hair to destroy your hair purposefully to make it straight.
Right.
So yeah, so as a kid, your parents may do it for ease of management, or because when you're a little girl and you see straight hair everywhere on TV and your dolls, you want to mimic that. And so you essentially destroy your hair as a child. But you get a cool little box called Just For Me.
Yeah.
With the cassette tape that plays like a cool, like, Just For Me. And you just dance the tune while your scalp is on fire.
You remember those?
So, and if you want to, like, huh?
You remember those days? You're like, Mommy, it's burning. Just 5 more minutes, baby. 5 more minutes. You're like, whatever.
You can't scratch for like a week ahead of time. And so the whole time you just in school looking like you need some extra help, like, from your teacher.
See, mine was like the opposite, because my mom was all about the natural. Like, if you saw my mom,
nice.
my mom, she had an afro. She never ever put a perm, anything in her head. When my sister and I were younger, she always kept our hair braided. And I don't remember like feeling any way about my hair until I started public school. Because we went to private school. Like, for me, it was kindergarten through 2nd grade. So 3rd grade, I started public school. And that was the first time I ever heard anybody say anything like negative about my hair. Like, before, it was always, it was mostly around family anyway. It's like, oh, you always keep their hair so nicely braided. But that's the first time I heard like about a kitchen and like, oh, your hair is nappy. Because my mom would do my hair and she'd be like, oh, you have such nice thick hair. That's what she would always say to me. So I never had an issue with it until then. And then I'm looking at all the other girls. And, I came up in the like late 80s, early 90s. So it was like the Jerry curl and the perms, and that's what they all had. And they were shaking. I was like, oh, okay, I want to shake too. But my mom was very much against it. I literally begged her when I was about to start high school, because I got picked on so bad about my hair. please, mommy, please, begged her, and she finally took me to get a perm. And I was so happy that I didn't have to start high school with my quote unquote nappy hair, because it was like pure torture from kids, about the texture
Yeah.
of my hair. And then especially you tell them, oh, you from Africa, oh, then it's the African booty scratcher and the nappy hair, all the other little jokes and
Hold
things
on,
that,
African booty scratcher.
yeah, African booty scratcher. Then you get all the ignorant
What?
question. Yes, the
God,
questions.
little kids are awful.
Kids are
I have never
cruel.
heard that one. That's
Cruel,
the
yeah.
first time I've heard that one.
Yeah,
Oof,
all of that.
oof,
But
no.
like I remember I started 7th grade. We moved to a new city, and I was sitting outside waiting for my mom. My hair was braided, and the girl comes up to me, and I would say her name, but I won't say her name. But I remember it clear as day. And she's like,
Put
"Why
her
don't your
on
mom get you
blast.
a perm? Why is your hair so nappy? Why you got a kitchen like that?" And I didn't say anything to her. I literally just sat there and just stared straight ahead and like, "Mommy, please get here. Please get here. Please get here."
Wow.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was bad. But that was my experience, though. I begged to get a perm. My mom was not about that life at all. Now I wish I hadn't, because it literally ruins my hair. But yeah, I had to beg to get one completely. My mom was not with it at all. But
That's
since then,
nice,
though,
though.
I done had every type of hairstyle you could think of.
Nikki
I
is our
done had
resident
it.
hair guru.
Yeah.
She's
I
braided
love
my
hair.
hair when I don't know what to do with my hair. She has
Tori got
Nikki
some hair.
to her to
Tori
her
got some
distress.
hair. Lord, I thought my hair was thick, but
I was like, oh my God, all that? And you have to do all that? Oh no.
yeah, like I'm thinking, oh yeah, I can braid hair. That's
Girl, you
nothing.
went
My
overzealous.
hair is thick. Girl, please. My hair is thin compared to Tori's. I was like, oh my God. My fingers all bunched up like this.
You were real
Thank you,
Rondell,
Nikki. I'm like, girl, you welcome.
she just don't have no. She told me, she said, don't have no kids. If you have a little girl, I'm not doing her hair. I'm like, well, good thing I ain't having no children, because they getting wigs early.
Yeah, but
No,
I
but that's
love
lucky.
hair.
No,
What'd you say?
my mom was all. I said that's lucky. My mom was all about the creamy crack. Like to this
Really?
day, she's like, can I just perm? Just let me perm the little naps in the back. Let me just perm the edges, just the edges. She's like, the rest of it'll be fine. Like she just didn't want to do it. And my dad would tell me that he got with my mom because her hair was so long and just like wonderful. Because she had, I don't know if it was like, I don't know what kind of mutation it was. I didn't get it. But her hair, like on all her pictures, her hair was just long and flowy and had like this ultimate like swing time. And my dad was just like, okay, that one. She got good hair, but she was lazy with like my sister and I. The first thing she did was like perm. And I remember getting like the trauma that comes with perms. I remember getting scabs on my scalp that you would just like peel and just pull off from like it there being to it's the weirdest thing to ask a child to not scratch their head for a week. It's a very strange thing to do.
Do it at home, or she would
My mom, she started off doing it at home, and then she would eventually take me to a hairdresser, because for some reason my mom thought she could do hair. She really couldn't. So but even still trying to go to a hairdresser and going through the chemicals, the smell. And I think like by the time I got 18, I was like, I'm lazy. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want new growth that looks like this, and then like the rest of it just kind of there. So you go through the transition. I transitioned. I did not do the big chop. I wasn't brave enough.
Oh, I did it.
You did the big chop?
Yes.
How was that?
I was living with my mom at the time, because I moved back in with her. And I said, you know what? I started growing my hair out for about a year. And I said, I'm going to go get my hair done. She had no idea what I was doing. And when I came home, I had a bag of my hair. She cried.
Oh no.
But it was so short. She said, what did you do? I said, I had to get rid of it. You got the long strands like this, and then the rest is all knotted up. Like, no. But yeah, I mean, it was emotional, but that's the thing about women. It's something about the attachment we have to our hair. It was freeing when I did it. It's like, I feel like a new person. I could do anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would I do it again? No, that's why.
Yeah, see, I did the
This
chop.
shit
God.
like a mug up in here.
Yeah. I did the
Protective.
I did the chop way too, because after, getting perms for so long, and then my hair was like thinning out and it wasn't growing back thick like it used to, before perms. So like I distinctly remember like I had been growing my hair out for maybe like I had chopped it off and it was super short. So I was wearing wigs and stuff like that. Or, once it got long enough, I would braid it. But I remember like, okay, I'm gonna wear my natural hair out. And I never really thought that I had like a huge issue with my natural hair until the day I decided to actually wear it out in like a pullback afro. I thought I had gotten over all that, childhood stuff or whatever. But I remember going to work at PNC and my heart was like racing. That was when I first moved to Tampa. I'm like racing, like, oh crap, they're gonna say something about my hair. They're gonna say something about my hair. I walk in and they were like, and of course I'm thinking, the white people, because honestly, in my experience, black people have given me way more grief about my hair than any other person, white person, or any other person, any other color. The people that are not of African descent, they ask questions. But as far as like
Yes.
picking at or saying something negative, it's always been black people, black women, girls in particular. But I
Always
was
got something to say.
so, yeah, always. I was so nervous. And I walk in and they were like, oh my God, I love your hair. This is what your hair actually looks like. Oh, you should wear it like this all the time. And it was just like such like a boost for me. Like, it's okay to be you. Like your natural hair is fine. There is nothing wrong with it. Nobody's gonna, make you quit your job or fire you or, pick at you because you're wearing your natural hair. Your natural hair is fine. It was just like, oh, okay. I feel better.
Ex-
Yeah. It
You
was
think it
like,
was the change in locale? Like, do you think back home they like because you said you had just gotten to Tampa? So do you think
mhm.
like back home that would have been a problem?
I think that, yeah, it would have. And not in a sense where they would have maybe necessarily said it directly, but the sidebar comments, I'm pretty sure there would have been some, not by everyone, but by the manager I was working under at the time. I'm pretty sure he would have said something. Because when I first started working there, I was the only black person there. Everybody else there was white.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually there was another black woman that came. She was Jamaican and she had her hair straightened and she had long hair. She always wore her hair straight.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have been the only one with natural hair. And just based on some of my experiences there, yeah, I'm pretty sure they would have said something. So yeah, the change in location, I think, did have a lot to do with it because moving was like a big thing for me and being away from like nobody knows me here. I only got one friend here, so I think that definitely
Mm-hmm.
made a difference. And I had the same feeling too when I cut my hair, like when I shaved it. Remember I had the buzz cut?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we
Yeah.
are going to put up pictures of the different hairstyles that we've had. We will be
Oh,
posting,
The
the
evolution
throwback
of hair.
pictures. Yes. But I had the buzz
The
cut and I was
evolution.
like nervous about that too, but it felt so good like watching that hair fall. And then when I saw how I looked, like, okay, my head ain't shaped that bad. Like, it's all right. Like, okay, like I'm bad. I'm bad. And like people come to me, especially like guys, people like, I love your hair. I'm like, okay, all right, I can rock any hairstyle I want to. So yeah, hair is like you said, Felicia, like such a attachment that we have to it. But I love that we as black women in particular can literally do anything with our hair and we look good, whether it's
Anything.
straight, curly, kinky,
Bald.
coily, locked, however, and we always look good. To me, I think black women look good whatever hairstyle they rock. We can, use some pointers here and there because sometimes I see some stuff that's like, that doesn't quite work. Like I had a
You tried
blonde
it.
moment. I had a blonde moment.
You tried it.
I thought it would work. And Tori, actually, it was you when I came into work that day. You were like, the blonde is not working. You're like, okay, all right.
I don't like it. You never have to listen to me, but know that he will always get honesty. I don't like
And
it.
that's why I love you so much. Like, yeah, the blonde isn't working
To
for
your
you.
point of like other black females being the ones that actually have the most commentary about like the hair and not always in the most positive way. So work wise, so when I moved to another credit union, my boss was a wonderful, powerful, like black woman. I loved her and I looked up to her in a very like mentor type way. She was just always in charge and like the men in the room would like just coil up when they saw her because they knew that they weren't just going to be able to just say any and everything to her. But I will say that I was kind of disappointed when I came in. I was switching it up. I was coming out with my full fro, my curls. I love me a 2-strand twist and like a twist out, braid out. And there was just one day where I needed to get my ends trimmed, so I had a silk press, and I came out, my hair was straight. And the response that I got from her, it wasn't just, oh, it's that's something pretty, that's so different, that looks so nice on you, that's really cool, and some of like the non-white folks were like, oh, wasn't your hair just curly yesterday, did you straighten it, wow, is that you, and the response was cool. But for her, it was like, yes, if you're gonna make it here, you need to wear your hair like that every day.
Oh, wow.
I was like, you're not gonna silk press my hair every day. I was like, and it's humid. It's Florida. It's hot out here. I was like, I'm surprised that it's 11 o'clock and it's still straight. I was like, that's not how this works. And you should know that by now. I was like, but the work that I have to do and where I'm trying to go trajectory wise for my career has nothing to do with my hair. At least I'm not going to let it have anything to do with my hair, because there are other factors that are more important than that. But I will say that at my time there, I think that was kind of the more disappointing thing that really kind of like put a bad taste in my mouth. And then it made me go extra ham on my hair. So I didn't even do, for a little while going forward, I didn't even like do a 2-strand twist, 3-strand twist. I just went like
just full fro on them.
Full pick. I came in, my fro was just like waving. And I made sure I had to go. I made sure I had to go to her office upstairs and be like, "Oh, hey, I just wanted to like give you this."
Throw on her face.
She was just like, "Oh, well, I thought you would have, kept the straight hair longer." No. This the hair that grew out my head. I'm sorry.
To yourself. How about that?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
did you ever have any like issues or like comments and stuff about your hair, Felicia? I know you wear the twist a lot now, but even growing up and stuff like that?
No, I had other traumatizing things that happened to me growing up. But
not that that's funny. I'm not laughing.
Right. That's not funny. That's a serious comment.
But we think it's funny, and that's okay. The hot comb, that was probably my most traumatic thing with getting my hair done, because it was every Sunday, wash, condition, dry, and that hot comb went on the stove, and I was like, oh. And then when they take it off, and then they got the towel, and then you hear, oh Lord, I've gotten burned by that thing. I had a big burn here. I've gotten burned on my neck, my ears. That was very
yeah, I remember that.
Permanent ear scar tissue from that. Like there's still, the scar is still there from the hot comb. My ear, the tips of my ears, this just like a permanent scar from the hot comb.
Hold your ear. Get the towel. Hold your ear. That was always her.
For some reason, that didn't help my family. My hair holds heat, so
when that hair falls, like, and then be like, you're shaking. You get another burn on your neck.
Still,
that's just the heat from the comb. What?
Yes. Oh, speaking of hair, Gorilla Glue Lady. We need comments. I know it's kind of past. She's gotten it out of her hair and stuff now. But like,
I wish she would have kept it in. I wish she would have got stuck with it for a little bit longer than that. I saw a tweet, and a guy I think he was a lawyer, and he was just like, oh, she should, we should sue because, Black women use don't pull us into that. Don't pull the rest of us into the rest of us read. None of us are deviating from the hair aisle. We're not going to like Ace Hardware for grease. At least we shouldn't be. I'm not going to the arts and crafts for super glue for anything.
At first I was like,
stuff, you know that, right? This is how we get warning labels on stuff because of dumb shit like this.
But I'm pretty sure it says like it's not supposed to be on your skin. But I was thinking, because at first when I saw it, I was like, but wait, did she have it lying around the house? Like she ran out of the Got2b, so she had it lying around the house and then she sprayed it. But no, she actually went to the store and picked this up. Is that right?
I thought it was at home and in her.
I thought it was at home.
I don't know.
Well, either way, I mean, they got label. I mean,
Either way, read.
Reading.
if you've never used it on your hair
Read.
before, yeah. And the thing is, like, and this is what any chemical, anything you put on your skin, anything you put on your skin is absorbed into your bloodstream. So regardless of what the hair product is, you should read and know what's in it. Like, you really should.
Read.
And I don't, gorillas are strong. Just the word gorilla would have threw me off.
Right? I would be like, that might be
That's a strong
too tough for
hold,
me.
Gorilla Glue. That's real strong.
It's the dumb shit. And then you get on social media to post about it.
Well, I saw this interview that she did with I think it was TMZ, and she said that her intent, because she had it in for a month already, when she posted, her intention was to get help. She didn't think it was going to go viral. She just thought, the people that normally look at her videos would look at it and be able to give her some help on how to get it out. And then, it was shared, and then all of a sudden now everybody knows is making podcasts and commentary about it. And how, like, and memes and all that. I saw a pack of what's the things you use to roll the weed? So somebody had posted, and it had her picture. It said Gorilla Glue weed or something like that, or Swish, like the Swisher Sweet, but it had Gorilla and it had a picture on it. Yeah, so she didn't, at least according to what she said, she wasn't intending on it to be such a big thing. She just wanted somebody to help her get it out. Which thank God somebody did help her get it out, because she was about to be stuck.
Yeah.
Wait, listen, me and my my sister sent in the group chat, and then my cousin said, yeah, her edges are laid, and I said, yeah, laid to rest, because them things is done. Like, them edges is gone.
I would have put my money on like bald. I would have put my
Yeah.
money on her being bald. Like, I wasn't sure how. I was like, either she's gonna have to let new growth come in and push it up so they can get under it, or
Right.
something. I was like, this, because it was like just to the scalp, like,
But even
just
like,
ah.
but even with that hairstyle, like, how flat do you need your edges to be? Like, even if it was the got to be, like, it looked like it was probably already pretty slick, but she had to really spray that on there to get it
Down a
so
hole.
flat.
Because when they put that on, they take the paper and then they wrap it around to lay it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, she probably, whatever.
But if she did that had no, because
the
then that paper would have been
would've-
stuck too. That paper would have been stuck too.
Talk about being stuck. Oh my God. That would have been so sad. I mean, it was sad.
The importance of reading, guys.
stuff, but that, common sense. Come on.
Yeah.
I know. I'm having a hard time feeling any like sympathy for that. Like, only because I just can't imagine. Like, to me, I thought that was common knowledge what Gorilla Glue was. So that sucks that happened to her. I'm just at a loss at like how.
I gotta look it up real quick, because I gotta see what's on the bottle, because I feel like it has the pictures on it. When they show what it could be used for, doesn't it have the picture of like a wall,
gluing clay pots and bricks together?
Right? Doesn't it have the pictures on it? So even if you don't read, it's on the picture.
Yes.
How to identify
pictures.
Yes, easy to use, heavy duty bond, indoor, outdoor.
Yes.
And that's on the front. Clear color,
girl,
controlled spray.
No, I'm looking for it. I'm searching.
Look, multi-purpose. It says it. This is the bottle she used. Bonds wood, metal, fabric, foam, plastic, paper, glass, leather, and more. I'm sorry, like, I didn't feel sorry for her at all, really, but I really truly don't.
No.
Like, come on now.
It's really hard, and
that was. Speaking of that, right? So, people do dumb stuff for internet, and somebody had posted about her doing it for attention or whatever. But I did see another one where the girl had put it on her twat, like for waxing. She put the Gorilla Glue on her twat, and her friend is there pouring water on her because the waxing paper is stuck to it, and she's on her knees crying.
What?
Crying. And her friend is pouring on it. Just calm down. Oh, it burns. Like,
you know what? I'm telling you, something to going on? People can't be this stupid. People cannot be this stupid.
I mean,
They
you gotta
can't.
really need money, really, really
But
bad.
every day we get new warning labels.
That's why Felicia said,
Every
eat your
day there's new
carbs
warning
too.
labels.
Eat your
Ah,
carbs.
people need to stop.
Right? Bet you they on
Brain
keto.
cells.
You're acting like Mr. Joe Clark from Lean On Me.
Kills your brain
Oh,
cells, son. It kills your brain cells.
right.
Yeah, stay off the crack. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Put anything down there
Right. It's a sensitive
other
area.
than soap, water, a razor, or going to someone to do.
What did she think super glue was gonna do?
I don't know. I
Like,
guess
I hope she didn't seal anything shut, because
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know. From what I saw now, obviously they didn't show
'Cause
her
they-
whole full entire thing. You just see her dresses up, her underwear are down, of course, and she has the paper, and it's like on top of her, you know, the meaty part there. And she just crying. And her friend is like, "Be still, poor boy. It burns. It burns." Yes. Yes.
because
I should have saved the video so I can send it to y'all.
Right.
I was like, this got to be a joke.
Right?
This got to be a joke. There's no way anybody is that dumb.
Right now with all the stupid shit that's happening. Are we?
But the level of clout that like people are willing, like the little level of things that people are willing to do for clout and just any kind of like media attention, no matter how bad it is, it's
Right. That's
it's
crazy,
kind
though.
of
That's crazy.
plausible, but oh no.
But that hair was
Mm-mm.
laid though. That ponytail was cute. I can't say that. She had it braided real nice.
She
I
love
love me a good
finger waves,
ponytail.
kind of like on the side.
I love me a good ponytail, especially the drawstring. Y'all ever did the drawstring ponytail? But you know, the only thing with that, like the tension for a while, it caused like a alopecia type of effect on my head because I used to wear a ponytail all the time because I'm pulling my hair so tight.
In that one spot and rubbing. Oh
Yep.
yeah, it used to itch and it would get really sore and tender in that one area.
Yeah, it took a while for the hair to start growing back, and even then it would be like real thin. And then finally, you know, after my natural stuff that I do, it was, you know, grew back to match the rest of my hair. But yeah, I used to love me a drawstring ponytail. You couldn't tell me nothing. Girl,
I am new to the game of like wigs, man. I'm new to wigs. I've never done a ponytail. So I just discovered this, and this has been like a lifesaver. So I've been doing crochets for like almost a year straight. And then coming here to like colder weather, I was like, well, one, I need to give my hair a break from the crochet. I was like, but two, I still don't want to have to do my hair while I'm out here and expose it to ice and snow. So I tried out like one of these little like half wig headband wigs. And it is just the love of my life now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I'm mad because I'm like, why didn't anybody tell me about this earlier?
Oh, girl, I'm
We
sorry.
coulda-
I could have told you about that.
Someone could. Y'all didn't warn me. Y'all didn't tell me. Y'all didn't like. Dang, man. Just I feel like all the waste of time. I'm walking around here like swinging.
I love me a good wig. I mean, I
This
just
is
gave
good.
away a bunch of wigs. I think I have like 2 left, but I was on wigs for like a minute. Me and my mom wore wigs a lot too when she didn't want to, you know, do her hair, but we would go wig shopping together. Oh, Nika, let's go to the hair store. Let's go wig shopping. And we go and sit and try on wigs and come out with a couple wigs for each of us. I paid for all of them, but
Go ahead.
huh?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I love me a good wig. I love a good wig, and I just stopped wearing because I finally got my hair together because this was.
Yes, she
struggle.
locked up, y'all. Finally.
I've been talking about locks for like 5 or 6 years, so I'm like, I kept telling Felicia, I'm finally gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
It's like yes.
My thinning edges from them lace fronts are growing back. It's like, oh yes.
Can we talk about lace fronts real quick?
Yes.
I am not a fan.
Really?
I'm not a fan.
See, I feel like
I feel some sort of way about it, and I don't know if I understand why. Like, how do you like?
Is it the look?
Is it the baby hair?
I guess because
swoops and stuff in it. Now that, like, I'm not with all that.
that too, and I feel like not enough people know how to place them right. Like I've yet to really see a lace front wig. Like, granted, it's a wig, is not going to be your hair, and and you're gonna see the little squares. Clearly, you have, but from a distance, it could look nice, but I guess it's not seeing enough like placements, right? Like some
Right.
people, their foreheads
Like
completely
your
disappear because it'd be
eyebrows,
like
the wig is
like down here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you be getting sideburns like down to here, way up here, you start lifting, like your forehead starts waving high, or I just and it looks hot.
It's
Like
very
I feel
hot.
like yeah, and I just
Very hot. I
for
had
me personally, I haven't had a good experience yet, and I am yet to be swayed
yeah.
to
I
even try it for the sake
I
of my, even if it's just the sake of my edges. I
yeah.
can't.
Yeah,
I love
just
my
that alone,
edges.
because that's what literally ruined my edges. Because like I never had issues with not having edges or anything. Like, my hair was fine because I pretty much would wear braids most of the time because I just prefer braids. So my hair was pretty much always protected. But I was on Instagram and following this girl and like, oh, she does them so good, blah blah blah. Went and bought the wig for a lot of money. Went paid her a lot of money to put it on. Now, meanwhile, I'm sitting there and she's using the glue or whatever, and it's in this clear white bottle, like hairstylists use, they put their products in or whatever. And I'm smelling it and I'm like, I know that smell. Like I couldn't quite place it while I was there, but I know that smell. What is that? I know the smell. And she's putting it on. I'm like, I know this freaking smell. I know that smell is so familiar to me, but my brain couldn't place, what it was actually, what it was related to. So I get home, I'm looking good. I'm taking pictures and selfies and all that. And then like whatever time in the morning, them things pop up in your head, like at random times. And I wake up and just like, Elmer's glue.
Oh
That's
Lord.
what that
Yes.
smell was. It was Elmer's glue. It was the childhood
Well,
smell that was recalling him, in my brain. She used Elmer's glue to put this on my head. Like, and I was just like, and I paid her $150 to do it. What the fuck? And I only kept it on for like a week or two because the other part is because they try to protect your edges, they put it below your hairline. Like that's the point to, sort of match the lining of your hairline, but
mm-hmm.
put it below your hairline so that it doesn't pull your edges out. This is my first lace front. I don't know what the hell. I go buy this stuff from the hair store. It's supposed to be like oil to help it slide off. It slid off, but it took my edges with it. It slid right on off. It was just like 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 it was bald. Like on my right side, I cover it up, but it's still very thin. This side, the left side grew back, but the right side, since I've stopped messing with my hair completely, it's finally like starting to actually show a little bit better. But
And grow back. Yeah.
it was horrible.
It's
It was
not a
horrible.
protective style because they literally
Mm-mm.
take that cap and when they pull it down, they melt it with the stuff to your hair. They cut it
Mhm.
off. They then put the glue around the line. Then they put the wig and then they proceed to melt the wig to your skin to make it blend to look like your hair.
Yeah, and I even tried to like put it on
Mm-mm.
myself with the tape, thinking like, oh, the tape will be better. No, the tape is way harder to take off than the glue
Yeah,
because it's
I can
like
see
it's
that.
like gooey. It gets gooey. And then it's Florida, so we sweat and everything. So I was like, I feel like I haven't washed my face completely. Like even the lace front I have in there, like I could wear it for a few hours, but I use hairspray to put it down, and then I got to take it off because I can't because I feel like I can't touch my face. It's annoying. Like, ugh, I
But I
can't.
feel like the idea of wigs is like to save, and protective styles is like to save time and like get you
Mhm.
in and out the door. Throw it something like just throw on, still be cute. So we're not coming out here in our bonnets, ladies. So
Mhm.
we're not coming out in our bonnets.
We got that.
Okay. We gonna let that soak in. Let take that in.
Not
Moment of
coming
silence.
outside in our
Bonnets.
Bonnets.
you know
Okay, now we got that out the way.
do you see that at the gym? I
Huh?
see that at the gym a lot. Bonnets.
Oh, really?
Bonnets?
Yes.
But then your bonnets stink. What's the point of that?
And to be hot because your head
Yeah.
scalp is emitting so much heat.
Yes, at the gym.
Oh
Mm-mm.
my goodness.
Mm-mm.
No.
I hope she washed it. She got done. Oh.
Oh,
And
shit.
that isn't doing but it's trap steam. And so I'm sure whatever she got going on under there didn't even stick because now your hair is steamy.
Literally
Mm.
cooking whatever's there.
Yeah, you just undoing whatever it is. You just locking in with and undoing whatever it is you thought you was doing. Like that didn't help at all. Let it breathe.
Some braids or some twist and just be free.
Right. Yeah, I love me some
I have
braids
a
and some
lace,
twists.
I have a lace front. I paid $120 for it. I wore it 3 times. It's in the box. It got the thing over it, still in the box, all pretty, and that's where she will stay because she's not going on my head. Now, my mom, when we cleaned out her house for my uncle to rent it out for me, when I tell you this woman had, I'll say over $10,000 worth of lace fronts because my mom did not buy cheap lace fronts. But she's actually the only person that I've seen that they look good on. Like you could never tell, and she never glued them down. Never once did she put glue on her hair, and she
That's
still
an art.
has her edges.
Yeah, I did see one girl
That's
actually
art.
today where it was a glueless wig, and I mean it looked good. I didn't look to see where she got it from, but she was like, "Oh, I don't glue mine down," and she lifted that thing right on up. She had her cap on and everything, but none of it was glued down, and it matched like perfectly however she had it done to her skin.
I don't know how they do it. I still try to figure out how my mom did it. Don't know, and I'm good not knowing. I am fine not knowing.
Well, I've gotten better at it. Actually, one of my cousins, she does them really good. So if I let someone else do mine, she's the one that I'll let do my hair because number one, I'm super picky. But yeah, it gotta look right. And I don't know what it is. Like, okay, you want to wear a lace front, fine. The purpose of the lace front is for it to match your hairline. These straight line cuts. It looks like a helmet. It looks like a helmet. It looks like on Star Trek. The wigs that they put on the people on Star Trek. That's what it looks like to me when it's a straight cut. Your natural hairline doesn't go like that. It's just put it on. Look at it. Cut some zigzags, some curves in there because it's just I hate
That's why
that
I just don't do it.
cut.
Exactly. Just don't.
No, I'm just not gonna do it.
People they walk around.
Because it's just too much. It's just as much time as like any other style. So I guess if your MO is to save time, don't do a lace front wig because you're not saving no kind of time. You're not saving your edges. But I mean, if you're doing it as a style and you don't work out, you don't sweat,
right,
and you don't care about the life of your edges,
then by all means,
then go
lace
right
on.
ahead.
Lace on.
go on right ahead. Lace.
But now the locks. So of course I have to tell you about this process. I made little videos during it that I was gonna post, and I'm like, we ain't posting it.
Don't
Okay, so sidebar before I talk about how I got started, right? So I had gotten them all in or whatever, and so I had done a live like head wrap, but I moved myself off camera so that you couldn't see my hair when I was getting prepared or whatever. So Tori texted me, "Oh, let me see." So we FaceTime. I took my hair off, my thing I had on my head wrap, whatever. She literally had a belly laugh. She burst out laughing for it felt like it was 5 minutes. It probably was only a couple minutes, but it felt like it was a 5-minute just straight laughing. It's like
it's one of my new favorite memories now. I'm trying not to waste too much time laughing about it now. So Nikki is always fabulous. Always. She's always fabulous. Her hair is always done. Her head wraps are always bomb and on point. Like she's always trying something new beauty-wise. So she's, even when she feels like she's not put together, she's put together. And the level of not put together when she threw me for the ultimate loop, I was almost on the floor, guys.
Don't you put that out there, Nikki?
She was I am not gonna post it, especially after Tori laughed so hard. I was like, all right, so I ain't gonna do that. Because I was gonna make a whole
apologize,
little,
y'all.
video. You don't have to apologize because I did. I mean, that's why I covered
apologize.
it. That's why I had it covered, because it's just like, oh, this is not the look. So I started.
But that's what kind of keeps me away from wanting to lock my hair. The beginner process, that starting process, just the very get-go, because the crochets that I had in were the goddess locks, and I loved it. And it was one, if I lock my hair and it's not that same kind of lock, I don't want it. I don't want it.
I'm like that
And
too.
I have I'm ready to put my hair money down that my hair will not look like that. So I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'll just keep,
Well, yeah, the thing is you
but it
have to
takes
go to a professional. Yeah, it takes time. And clearly, if you can see, I was not patient because like I watched a bunch of videos. So I started with the 2-strand twist because of the texture of my hair, and with going to the gym a lot, it wasn't going to stay the other way because I sweat a lot, So I said, okay, well, I'll do the 2-strand twist. That worked, but then those kept coming loose. And then I realized that all of my hair is not the 4C curl pattern. The back of my hair actually has a much looser curl pattern. So those were coming completely out. So I'm like, okay, well, let me go get the interlocking tool. So I did that and got those, but then the ones in the back still were like loosening up. I'm like, I know my hair is not growing this fast. Like they're actually coming loose. So then the 2-strand twist except for the back was starting to matte a little bit. So I'm like, okay, so I got the process. But again, like I said in the beginning, the night sweats. I cannot sleep with and then working out, I'm hot because I was wearing head wraps every day and it's hot. Like y'all don't understand how much heat
yeah, you want to be free.
emitting
You wanna
from
be
my
free.
scalp.
Push
So,
up.
I want to be free, but then I remember Tori's reaction. Like, I can't walk around like this and have everybody laughing at me. I'm walking by and
I've
everybody falling on the
traumatized you,
floor
and I'm so
laughing.
sorry. I've traumatized you, Nikki. I'm sorry.
So I was like going back and
Sorry.
forth between extensions. Like I talked to a hairstylist. I even booked an appointment, but then I'm looking like $1,600 because that's how much it was to get the extensions. And I'm just like, that's more than my rent payment. That's like my rent, my car insurance, like $1,600. Am I really gonna pay $1,600 just in one smack to get some lock extensions? Hell no, I ain't gonna pay that. Let me go watch some more YouTube videos. So I watched more YouTube videos. I went and got me some Afro kinky hair and one of those crochet hooks with the 3 hooks on the end. And my finger has a lot of holes in it, but I got them in. I literally just finished this on Tuesday, like a couple of days ago.
I didn't think she was gonna finish that fast, y'all. I gave it to the middle of March.
It took me 2 weeks.
Oh.
It took me 2 weeks because that process of locking it with your hair is I see why they charge $1,600 because that's a long process to do that. And I was like trying to make the lock and then put it on. That wasn't working. Then I was like locking it as I was doing it. And again, that's why I have a bunch of holes in my finger now. And then I finally got to the last 2 and I go back and I go through and I'm like, you could tell where I got lazy because it just looks like hair. It doesn't look like a lock, I'm like, golly. So let me go wrap. So then I ended up going back all the way through and wrapping them at least halfway down until I felt like it looked more like an actual lock. So this is how it's going to stay once it gets to where my hair is the length where I feel comfortable. Then I will cut the extension parts off. So yes, I cheated. I talked to people that have locks. Oh, I experienced the journey.
No,
I get it.
You got time for the first part of that journey.
That's what I realized. Like that was my thing, trying to go into it very organically and very like, Mother Earth, but fuck all that. I bought me some extensions and it's freaking hot, man.
Y'all got the patience with the big chop and like doing the lock. I transitioned out. Me and my scraggly end to the end until finally I could like cut it off. But I've tried in trying. My hair is naturally so thick when I don't help it. I remember being desperate. Like it was in my early 20s, and I decided I was going to try to do the keratin treatment. Which that's essentially just a perm. It's the long way around perm, but texturizer they'll call it, because it doesn't like completely straighten your hair, but it ended up straightening out like a good, like the front chunk ended up basically straight, and then the other side kind of like did something somewhat cute jerry curl like, and so I ended up having to like just go through the thick process with like little ends that just kind of like do this number. You just 2-strand twist. I did the long game. Because I don't know what my head looks like. I don't know what the shape of my head is, and I'm not willing to take that gamble.
You don't want to take that chance.
My daddy got a little head, and so I don't know. Not willing to play that game. I look better with the full head of hair.
Yeah, I think that maybe I should have let my hair grow out longer. Before I what?
You were playing in your hair entirely too much.
But yeah, that was the problem. Because I like Tori said, like my hair got to be on point. Like that's just how I am. Like in the dating one, we talked about how I said I like nice, neat hair. Like my hair got to be on point. So it's hard for me to not be in there like messing with it, which is why the whole
Mm-hmm.
completely natural lock process I found out wasn't going to work for me. So we gonna cheat, we gonna add some, and I'm gonna still look cute, regardless. And when like I said, when my hair gets to where I want it, then I'll figure it out at that point. But I was just not with it. I I tried. I can say I
I
tried. I
wouldn't
tried
either.
for a month and a half, and I was
I
like,
wouldn't with it either.
hell to the no.
Hey,
This is
I'm
not
sorry.
gonna work.
I'm sorry.
She's still laughing at
Yeah,
me.
that she went
She's
with
thinking
it.
about it.
Because
It was
it's so
bad, y'all.
it was so starkly different from how I see you. It is. It's a mental. It's my new favorite memory. And when I'm feeling low or feeling sad or work is starting to stress me out, I just remember just whew. Okay.
God.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
yes.
At least
it
you
was
bring
bad.
joy and laughter, Nika.
What's that?
At least you bring joy and laughter.
Yes, I'm happy I gave you all a nice belly laugh. I mean, Felicia bared with me through it. She didn't laugh at me too much. She was just like,
We gotta
so you
fix
gonna pay the extensions? You gonna pay the
every
60?
day.
That's what she kept saying.
That was
So
her
you
question.
gonna
So what we gonna do?
so you gonna pay to get it done?
I understand
That
your
was her way of
situation,
telling me.
but what you gonna do next?
every day. To be in the mirror. So what you gonna do?
What's next?
You can make it yourself. You know you can do that. That's what she kept saying.
You don't have to wait. You can go now. Put the bonnet on. I'd rather see you go out with the bonnet on.
That was her nice way of telling me, like, I need you to figure that out.
See it a very nice way. But look, you got it done with
I did.
And that-
Thanks to your daily motivation. It's
Yes.
done.
That's the magic of like black hair and like the imagination and like the intuitiveness and the creativeness that we like bring to our hair every day just to like adorn ourselves, because it's one, is fun,
Right.
and two, it just gives you, it's just another fun outlet to like express yourself.
Yeah.
So our hair is beautiful. Our natural hair is beautiful, and that's something that I'm hoping that the mainstream keeps pushing, because Suzanne can come in with a dirty bun and it'd be okay, but let me come in with like my edges not laid,
Right.
and just out here,
Right.
then I look a mess. But it's like, and it's deemed, and I hate that it's deemed difficult, like that natural black hair is difficult, and it's like, no, it's not.
Bad hair, or when you
Or bad hair. No, and it's none of
I had
those.
to check somebody. I'm like, what do you mean bad hair? What does that mean exactly? Because there's no such thing as good hair or bad hair.
Right. Right. And I mean, that goes back to the whole, European standard of beauty. So, because it's not bone straight, and straw like or whatever that is, then it's, quote unquote bad hair. So the closer your hair is to that, then then it's deemed as good hair.
I've had people.
Yeah, they call it difficult.
People see the ends. Oh, why do you have your hair like that? It's too puffy on the end. Is it on your? I've had, girl. Is it on your head? Is it bothering you? Because I like it. You don't like it? Well, I'm sorry, but I like it, and
I don't have to look at it.
Right.
And
look from here up if the ends bother you.
Months, I will wash it. I will redo as I see fit. But this is what I'm gonna do. People can be really nasty.
Yeah.
Because our hair isn't good hair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
actually,
and it's just a different process.
Go ahead.
It's a different process, and like to your point, like the whole Eurocentric theme of beauty. It's like, straight hair and like loose curly hair has its own issues, and it's its own process. Like, what you mean you have to wash your hair like every day?
Right.
That's
weird to me. Like that would completely
that's weird.
dry my hair out.
But supposedly it's easier, but in essence it's not. Like, where we may not have to wash our hair as often. It is a process when we do, but that's like one Saturday morning, maybe one Saturday afternoon, evening, we drinking the whole time. So it's doable and it's fun, but it's not bad and it's not hard and it's not difficult. It's just different. And I wish and hope that people continue to be more okay with it being different, and stand like making it the standard to just not
Mhm.
comment unnecessarily on other people's hair.
Yeah, and
Like,
I think like too amongst Black people in particular, now that there's this sort of, you can gauge how authentic it is, I guess, but this whole like woke culture where everybody wants to be tied to Africa. So like, more Black, and I'll say women in particular because women comment on my hair more than anybody else. We're embracing our natural hair more, even with women that are bald. Like I've seen some pictures like them, even the movie Black Panther, but I've seen pictures of some women that are bald and they are beautiful with no hair on their head, like just absolutely
no hair.
gorgeous, just stunning with no hair on their head. So I think with us, becoming more in tune with that and wanting to know where we come from, originally being Africans in America, it's becoming more quote unquote acceptable, and not such a like, oh, why your hair so nappy? I don't get those comments. You know what I mean? It's more like, oh yeah, look at I love how, nappy your hair is, or how kinky your hair is, or whatever style I happen to have at the moment. So I do like that part of, that whole movement or whatever you want to call it that's going on right now.
Slight devil's advocate though, that I,
Mhm.
that I want to kind of throw out there to you ladies. So professionalism,
Mhm.
levels of professionalism. So I feel like at times with the openness of, this is my hair, this is how it grows out of my head. Do not write in your HR that my hair needs to be acceptable, and have acceptable be subjected to old white men tell me what they think and don't think about my hair. I get that. But I don't feel like that's license to come into work with your hair just any kind of way.
Oh,
There, I think that depending on where you work, there is a level of professionalism, and I think
Right.
that some people will, it depend on, obviously clearly depends on where you work. Where if you work at a bar, the standard for what you can come in is different, versus if you work in a high-rise corporate office.
Mhm.
I really, I don't think it's appropriate for you to come in with a neon green, lace front
absolutely.
wig,
Right.
or maybe your hair not doesn't, where it doesn't look like you've done no work, because even with natural hair, you can tell when you put in work and when you don't put in work to make it
Right.
look nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just like with white hair, you can clearly see when something
It's
has or
taken
has
care
not
of.
been done to it.
Right.
And so I think that there's the, like, what do you ladies think? Like,
I think that's like a person to person, because some people just don't want to put in that type of effort. It doesn't matter, what profession they're in. Do I think it's important to present yourself a certain way? Doesn't mean you have to change the texture of your hair, but put yourself together. If you like, when I go to work, I work at a law office. I'm going to put myself together because this is where I work and I have to present myself a certain way. Now, after hours, when I'm training my clients, that's a completely different story. So, yes,
Right.
you have to present yourself for whatever situation you're about to go into.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
that's
think,
common sense.
yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think there's a time and place for everything. I work from home, and the work environment before we start work from home is more casual. So hair, I mean, I always personally, just because I'm a hair person, I'm always gonna have my hair neat regardless, but it's not such a big thing because you're not working like in front of people. Um,
mm-hmm.
but at the bank, then yeah, I probably wouldn't wear this style. Being a banker, I would probably maybe twist it back into a nice bun or something like that. I still wore my braids and all that when I was at the bank, and I, happened to have a manager that was a Black woman too, and she had a short hairstyle, so it wasn't like she ever said anything to
She
me
was
about my
creamy. She
hair.
was creamy crack too. Yeah,
Yeah, yes, I think she's natural
yeah.
now
She was
though.
team creamy crack. Yeah,
Yeah,
now she is. Yeah.
yeah, but she was, but she never gave me any, but even when I had my braids, I always had them pulled back in a bun or had like a nice, something, if I was going to work. So now, yeah, I probably wouldn't go work at a bank with it being like this. I would do something to make it look a little bit neater. But yeah, there's definitely a time and place for everything. And yeah, like you said, you can tell when somebody's put time and effort into how they look and when they haven't. And that's just, maybe it sucks, maybe it's, right or wrong, but that's just what it is.
I think it has to do
Yeah.
with the person's upbringing and how they present
Mhm.
themselves when they do go to work, because some people do it better than others. Some people just really just don't know how.
Yeah. Yeah. I just remember like my dad would say like, you know, even if you have $1 in your pocket, you look and walk like you got 1 million. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that always translated as
Mhm.
being neat, at home,
You're
yeah, whatever,
presentable.
or casual. But when you're out, especially when you're supposed to be taking care of business, you need to look like someone that knows how to take care of
To
business.
look and play the role accordingly.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So, um, black hair. We love it.
Black hair.
We've hated it at
Yes.
times. We've struggled. We've
It's
triumphed.
a journey sometimes.
It's
Yes.
a journey.
Trial and error. It's a trial
Definitely
and
trial
error.
and error. And we are definitely going to be posting some pictures so you guys can see some of the trial and error that we've had. Felicia, why are you making that face? Why are you making that face?
What?
She's
Why are
just
you
like,
making that face? I already got them in the group text
Oh
anyway.
God, I
there's
just
gonna be a lot of pigtails coming through. A lot
oh
of knockers, a lot of pigtails.
Oh, I'm gonna have my dad send me. Oh, I think I got my second grade class picture. I think I'll because my mom has straightened my hair.
don't play with me.
I'm gonna have to go get that picture out so you guys can see. This was very much 80s, very much 80s. My mom had straightened my hair, but it was starting to get nappy again. So like instead of my curls being down here, they were like this, like sticking up to the
Starting to
side.
like
You
The
remember the
bang.
start looking,
Yes,
start looking like you Greek for a second.
So yes, I will have to find my second grade Miss Smith class. Miss Smith was my favorite teacher. I loved her so much. But anyway, yeah, we'll be posting those pictures as well.
Wonderful.
You guys can see.
Yes.
So
Yes. So, ladies, that brings us to the end. Everybody, join us. Just not even just at Niger Knows. Join us where we reside locally. So, for me, it's where I'm going at Instagram where underscore I'm and then going no G. Felicia.
Delion Fitness One Instagram.
Yes.
And for me, let's see, I
You
got
got a couple.
3 Instagram pages.
I
No,
was
3.
like,
Okay, so the
you got a
Naja
couple.
Knows one that counts for all of us. But then I got the Rap
Yes.
Queen where I do the head wrap tutorials. I got myself, doing transitions and stuff where I think I'm looking cute. Whatever. Go look at it. If you want to know how to do some
That's
different
cute.
head wraps that are more, traditional African, quote unquote, Nigerian style. I got that. That's Rap Queen 82. And then my personal page is I keep changing the name.
Forget your name.
I think it's
Nika underscore 8201.
Yeah,
NIKE
yeah, 8201.
underscore 8201. I've changed the name so many times. I was like, oh, which one is it this time?
But either way, guys, come out, subscribe, like, follow, leave us comments, leave us feedback. We're happy to hear it, happy to take it. We can't do anything but get better and funnier. So
yeah,
we're out.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
Bye, guys.